Every single time I use this in my business, clients just came to me effortlessly, and every single time I forgot about it, business just became a struggle, and no matter how hard I worked, the business just went down and down and down. I want to share a story with you, a story that represents what I like to call the car key law. And I think this is really the missing element to what we basically define as manifestation. The common definition, the common understanding of what manifestation is and how it actually works. And here's the car key law in a nutshell. Or rather, let me just tell you the story. You will understand instantly what the car key law is. So last week, I grabbed my iPad and I noticed something weird about it. I said, "Wait a second. This is too soft right here." And then I noticed, "Oh my God, my Apple Pencil is gone. What am I going to do? Where did it disappear?" So I instantly started looking for it like a maniac. It was like 9 p.m. and then I had my wife look for it, took out a flashlight, look for it in the garbage. I had cleaned up my office, took some stuff in the garage, went in the garage with a flashlight, started looking for it there. Nothing. And the frustration wasn't necessarily I lost the pencil because I thought, hey, you know what, worst case scenario, I just buy another one at the end of the day. But the frustration was, what is the higher self? What is the universe trying to tell me by taking this thing away from me? I was just not getting the message. But looking back right now in hindsight, because 4 or 5 days later, it actually just appeared in a sense. My wife found it in a chair in the living room. Looking back, I think it was a reminder to make this video. I've been thinking about making this video for about a month now and never gotten to it. So, what is the car key law? You know when you lose your keys either for the house or a car key or something really, really important to you, like maybe an Apple Pencil, and the more you look for it, the more it feels like it just teleported in another dimension, that it's just not there. And then the moment you stop looking, it just appears either through a memory of, wait a second, I don't think I searched for it, search for the English is leaving my body. I haven't searched for it in this specific place. Or you just go about your day and it just pops up. It just appears out of seemingly nowhere. I feel like life and business is the same way, but we have this tendency to keep looking for the thing and needing the thing to happen, to show up then and there. Hmm? It's like whenever you set a goal and you don't see things progressing towards that goal and actually instead getting worse, it's kind of the same feeling when you're looking for those car keys. And the more you look for them, the worse you feel because, like, I need to use the car. I have to use the car. Otherwise, this thing that I don't want will happen. And the more pressure and more importance you put on finding the thing, the less possible it is to find it. And then once we release it, once we're okay with not finding the thing, that's when it shows up. Interesting, right? Whenever I was okay with people not buying my services, whenever I felt confident, even though in physical reality, things didn't necessarily look like they were improving, but I was like, you know what? I trust myself. I trust life. I trust my higher self. I trust the universe. I trust that all of this is happening for a reason. I'm gonna get something out of it. Just like in hindsight, me losing the pen got me to make this video. Whenever I trusted that, things just happen. things naturally happen. When I got my first ever 10K client, I had $300 in my account. And he was supposed to pay me the next day after we talked about it. But a few hours after the call, same day we talked about it, he was like, "Hey, can you send me some testimonials?" And I instantly felt that he wasn't 100% there. He wasn't 100% confident on us working together. And I said, "Hey, you know what? I know why you want me to send you those testimonials, right? You're having doubts, you're having fears, you're having concerns. No problem. Just relax. Don't send me the money tomorrow. Let's have our call, the call that we scheduled for next week. Let's just see next time if this thing makes sense. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. That's totally fine." I had $300 in my account. I needed money like air. But going back to what I said, trusting myself that, hey, if I got to this point with this person, I can get to this point with somebody else. And they might be more on board than this person. Trusting life because this person kind of showed up from my efforts, but really they were pulled by something outside of myself. They were pulled by something outside of my efforts. To give you a concrete example, he showed up through me running Facebook ads that were meant to attract coaches, consultants, agency owners. He wasn't any of that. He was running an import-export business. And he was thinking about becoming kind of a coach. He wasn't really clear on what he wanted. He just knew he needed a bit of help, right? And I ended up helping him with his import-export business because he eventually said yes in that next call. But the fact that I trusted myself, the fact that I was detached, the fact that I said, hey, you know what? I will find the car keys later. It's totally fine. I feel like that was the key component to him trusting me and saying, hey, you know what? I want to work with you. And that's how it happened. But then life kind of gets in the way, right? Our environment is, in a sense, the same. People who we hang around with are, in a sense, the same. We don't have an influx of energy, of different energy, so that we make that transformation permanent. Because I'm sure you've had events like this in your life, either with dating, when you stopped caring or you cared less, or in a job where you didn't really, you stopped giving the thing that you wanted so much importance, so much, oh, this thing needs to happen, otherwise I have no value, otherwise I'm gonna feel like I'm not good enough. I already feel like I'm not good enough, but then I'm gonna feel even worse. When you stop doing all of that, you notice things just happening. I'm sure you've had events like that in your life, but one of the reasons why it's not permanent is because we don't have that influx of new energy to make the thing permanent. We had the saying in martial arts, you keep your level, or you maintain your skill, because like skill is like hot water. You maintain it hot by continuing to pour hot water. That's the process of really transforming. You keep pouring hot energy so that it keeps reminding you of the full process, keeps reminding you to trust that things will work out in your favor. Mm. And that's what I've been doing with Bashar. Honestly, one of the hardest things, I don't know if I mentioned this already in the conversation, but even though I've helped my clients with this process, and it produced some powerful transformations, people going from 3K to 18K a month, going from 5K to 17K a month, and then further. One of the hardest things is just taking your own medicine, because it's like you need to step outside of yourself and, in a sense, become your own coach. And that's part of it. I've been doing that for myself, but what's also helpful is having some external energy just pouring into my life That's one of the reasons why I've been diving so much deeper into the metaphysical aspect of life, so much deeper into Bashar's teachings, and I think I started every single day for the past few weeks with one of Bashar's videos. And I highly, highly recommend it. And I share, like, whenever I find something cool, I just share it with my clients. It's just a great energy boost. So this is my process, my journey currently to internalize all of the insights that come through me whenever I coach, right? Because it's like whenever if you're a coach, you know this to be true. It's never that you are coaching. It's always, or more often than not, it's just you're channeling this wisdom that's coming through you in that moment, and you're co-creating with the client something powerful, something transformational. Let me know in the comments if you're a coach and if you had this moment when you're coaching and you say something or you reach an insight that you have no idea where it's coming from. And that's the truth, right? There's kind of still this segmentation that we are building towards. There's this saying, you always coach the things that you want to learn about, that you want to master, and it's so true, right? Because you're channeling this wisdom through you. And the fact of the matter is the physical expression, the physical mind still has so much to learn from that wisdom. I wrote a book doing that, just channeling this information, and it never felt like I was writing it. It actually felt like, okay, this is stuff that I need to learn. This is stuff that I need to implement for myself. And this is my process. Taking not even my own medicine. That's not even accurate now that I think about it. It's not even my own medicine. It's really embodying and understanding this wisdom that flows through me when I coach, and actually through all of us, because we all have this ability, right? That's one of the reasons why it's so much easier to give other people advice than follow that same advice ourselves. But when we realize that the advice is not just unidirectional, it's not just for the clients, it's not just for the friend, the advice is actually universal. I think that gives us permission to start using those insights more and more and more. So I think I'm better at it than before, because something interesting happened. I just got a notification a few hours ago that a potential client that was quite promising said that she was canceling the call because it's just not the right time for her. In the past, in my more needy periods of my life, that would have just screwed me over, and I would have just felt not good enough. My first thought would be, if I was a good enough coach, this wouldn't happen. But now my process is the thing that I wrote actually right before starting this video was this. I am being tested by the universe, because I said my highest excitement is to grow my business, right? Help more people. And this thing didn't happen to test me. Because the formula, like Bashar mentions, is follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability without any insistence on any specific outcome, and keep a positive state no matter what happens. So I realized, okay, I'm being tested to see if I react differently, if I can keep my excitement towards growing the business, helping more people, regardless of that call happening or not. Same exact thing I did with the client that I mentioned previously. I just kept my state. I just kept my confidence. I just kept my freedom. And just reminding myself of that put me in a much more powerful state, a much more free state, a much more, something much better is going to come. A client that is much more aligned with what I'm doing and is so much more ready to dive straight into it and produce powerful transformation and create some amazing work together, that client is coming. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for canceling the call and making room for another beautiful opportunity. Yeah. So these are my insights for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below, what resonated with you the most? What and is there an object that you quote unquote lost recently? Maybe a key, a car key, an Apple Pencil, or whatever that may be, a jewelry or something that you just couldn't find, and then when you stopped looking for it, it just appeared. Let me know in the comments below what that was. I would love to know. And if you've enjoyed this, you can also check out this video on how our minds tend to screw us over and what we can do to change it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.